Well, hello everybody. Welcome to another installment of Show to V with Mike G. Show about loss, a show about having your life changed, show about pets, show about a lot of different things. I'm going to take today's episode as something for me. I've spent over 5 years in reviewing hundreds of people, intimate situations, hearing so much about their life, and maybe you learn a little bit about me along the way, maybe you don't. But there's something that I wanted to talk about because to me, animals are a very, very important thing. They count on us and they need us and they look at us in such a different way than humans look at each other. And in a sense of these two mass shootings yesterday too, it's even better time. But this is the story of Kichi. Kichi is and was one of my favorite beings I've ever encountered. She was my dog for over 10 years. I met her in 2008. My wife at the time really wanted a dog, and she found an ad for a Shiba Inu for free on Craigslist. I didn't really want a pet at the time, even though my mom is a big animal fan, and I grew up with so many cats and so many dogs. But for me, I never had my own animal. So she drags me to this place to see this dog, this Shiba Inu, about 4 years old, kind of overweight. She's sitting and that halfway up the steps, has kind of a depressed look on her face, and the people that rescued her in Austin. She was previously in Colorado, don't know much about her past, only know that she experienced an ATV accident, which made her lose one of her bottom canine teeth. So this look of her tongue draping over the bottom of her mouth is always something I'll remember about her. But we're sitting here and we're looking at the dog. She needs a new home, and I was like, I can't do this. I don't think this is the right kind of dog for me. But my wife at the time insisted, and we took Kichi home. Her name was Kia, actually, but we named her Kichi for luck. In the true spirit of the Japanese language, I grew to know Kichi to become such a different dog. But that first night we had her at the house, she jumped on the couch and she slept. And when I got up in the middle of the night to grab something to drink, I saw her on the couch. She saw me and she said, "Oh crap," and she ran off. And ever since those 10 years, she never jumped on a bed. She never jumped on a lap, and she never jumped on a couch ever again. I only saw it that one time. So for the first few months that we had Kichi, Kichi was reserved. She was quiet, very, very isolated, but independent. She wanted her pets, and she loved to be pet on the belly, and she wasn't very vocal. She kind of kept to herself, pensive, internal. And as I realized this relationship with her over time, she and I were so much alike. Maybe not conventional, maybe not so outgoing, but there was so much to us, and she and I bonded forever. And if you've seen the movie Hachi and the Hachiko statue outside of the Shibuya station in Tokyo, Shiba Inus are dedicated, they're committed, and I felt that Kichi selected me. We found each other. My first marriage ended. Obviously, it was very rough. Kichi was there for me. I got into other relationships. Kichi has been there for me. She, in her quiet and docile way, always was there and supported me. She liked to have her belly rubbed, which dog doesn't. She also would howl. I would play piano loudly in the living room and it would resonate with her, and she would have this kind of wolf-like howl, which I didn't even know she had until one night there was a train passing by, and it was so loud with its sirens and its horns that I heard this strange noise in the backyard, and it was her out by the fence just howling away. I had no idea she had it in her. I learned so much about Kichi in 10 years. She was committed to me. She saw by my side and sat as I went through 2 marriages, 2 divorces, moved across multiple locations. She always loved her bones. She always loved to get her neck rubbed. She would put up with me taking all of the hair out of her, whether I plucked it or used the comb, because Shiba shed so much. She even let me take her on walks, and she would cooperate with me. Some dogs will pull you too much, but she always was a great companion. She was a great companion in the walk. She was a great companion in life. And recently, as she was approaching 15 years old, you could start to see the dog that you once knew grow older. She lost most, if not all, of her hearing. Her eyesight was also pretty debilitated. She knew I was around, and she knew where I was. She could smell me, and she could always sense when I was petting her. Over time, of course, we grow old, we lose people in our lives, and we lose animals, and I had the very, very difficult decision to make last night. And the reason I want to share this with everybody is that you need to talk about the way that you feel about things. I sometimes fail at that myself, whether I'm personally struggling or whether I'm having issues. But it's really important that we choose love. Kichi chose me, and she loved me, and I loved her more than anything I can even imagine, more than most humans I've met, more than my family at times. But we can love each other, and we should feel inspired to be positive about it. And I just wanted to take this few minutes out for everybody to know how much I appreciate them, how much I hope we've learned about each other, and we feel like we can talk about things no matter how difficult. I also want this to be a tribute to the beautiful, amazing, inspiring. Sorry, it's still difficult, and there's a very sad array of things happening around us, but this world's been very kind to me, and it's given me some great opportunities, and I want to thank everybody and everything for that. I'm very, very thankful. And if there was a way I could toast you, Kichi, share a drink with you, I would. I hope that you found your eyes and your ears. I know you never lost your heart, but wherever doggy heaven is, whatever kinds of trouble you can get into, whatever kinds of feasts you'll find, I love you very much, and I'm very appreciative that we met. So thanks everybody for listening to Show to V. I just wanted to share, this isn't a sad moment, it's a beautiful one, and I wanted to reflect with everybody. So why talk about all this stuff? What's the point, Mike? Who cares, right? It's just a dog. Well, you know what? This isn't necessarily about Kichi. This is about being okay with being vulnerable, being okay with being sad, and not feeling like talking about it is such a bad thing or something that you shouldn't resort to. You should talk about these things. There are over 30 people dead in the past 2 days because 2 people did not take the opportunity to talk about how they felt. We may not have a lot in common with them, but they were afraid of something. They were afraid of change. Maybe they were afraid of being obsolete. But you can choose love, and you can choose to be open. And being open is being honest. And being honest is a path to improving and a path to better understanding. So thanks everybody for listening to Show to V with Mike G. No matter how many episodes of Golden Girls you've been watching because the humor helps, or how many times you get on WhatsApp to talk to your beautiful partner just to get through this, please keep